So you've probably heard it 1,000 times. My crypto is secure, it's on the blockchain, it's unhackable, and for a while that's been mostly true. We've all bought into this idea that digital assets, especially those secured by current cryptographic standards, are like digital fortresses, impenetrable and safe from prying eyes. But here's the thing, the digital landscape is constantly shifting, evolving at a pace that's almost hard to keep up with. And there's a new, potentially game-changing variable on the horizon that most people are either ignoring or seriously underestimating: quantum computing. The common myth is that practical, powerful quantum computers are still decades away, something for our kids or grandkids to worry about. But what if that timeline is compressing? What if the quantum threat isn't some distant sci-fi concept, but an approaching reality that could fundamentally undermine the very security protocols we rely on every single day for our digital privacy and our crypto investments? It's a serious question, and frankly, burying your head in the sand isn't a strategy. Because let's be real, you don't want a job, you want leverage, and understanding these shifts early is key to maintaining that leverage. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about foresight. It's about being practical, understanding the bold new realities of tech, and empowering yourself with the knowledge to navigate what's coming. We're going to break down what the quantum apocalypse could mean for your crypto, why the usual reassurances might not hold up, and most importantly, what you can actually start doing about it right now. Because being prepared isn't just smart, it's essential in a world where the rules of security are about to be rewritten. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's talk about this myth of safety. For years, the cryptographic algorithms protecting your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your NFTs, all of it, have been based on mathematical problems that are incredibly hard for current classical computers to solve. Think of it like a super complex lock that would take a regular computer literally billions of years to brute force. That's been the foundation of our trust in digital security and, by extension, a lot of the crypto world. It's why you feel relatively safe knowing your private keys are, well, private. This sense of security is deeply ingrained. But here's the kicker. Quantum computers don't play by the same rules. Think quantum threats are decades away? Think again. Your crypto isn't as safe as you think. These machines, when they reach a certain level of power and stability, are specifically designed to solve certain types of mathematical problems that classical computers find impossible. And guess what? The very problems underpinning much of today's widely used encryption, like RSA and elliptic curve cryptography, are exactly the kinds of problems that a sufficiently powerful quantum computer could theoretically crack, and crack relatively easily. So that lock that would take billions of years, a quantum computer might pick it in hours or even minutes. This isn't an exaggeration. It's the fundamental difference in their computational power. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Okay, fine, quantum computers are powerful, but we're not there yet, right? And it's true, we don't have a desktop quantum computer sitting in every home. But the pace of development in quantum computing is, frankly, astonishing. Quantum computing is moving at breakneck speed. The threat isn't science fiction, it's a ticking clock. We're seeing breakthroughs in qubit stability, error correction, and overall processing power happening much faster than many experts initially predicted. Governments, major tech companies, and research institutions are pouring billions into this field, not just for bragging rights, but because they understand the transformative potential and the disruptive power. This isn't a linear progression where we can comfortably predict milestones years in advance. It's more like an exponential curve. Each breakthrough enables further, faster breakthroughs. Think about how quickly smartphone technology evolved from clunky bricks to the supercomputers we carry in our pockets. Quantum computing is on a similar, if not even more accelerated, trajectory. The conversation has shifted from if to when, and the when keeps getting closer. Ignoring this acceleration, or dismissing it as hype, is a dangerous game, especially when your digital assets and privacy are on the line. The clock really is ticking, and the alarm might go off sooner than you expect. So even if a cryptographically relevant quantum computer isn't here today, there's a more immediate and insidious threat that's already in play: data harvesting. Hackers are already collecting encrypted data, waiting for the day quantum cracks it open. Your secrets could be next. Think about it. Vast amounts of encrypted data are transmitted and stored every single second. This includes sensitive financial transactions, private communications, confidential business information, and yes, encrypted cryptocurrency transactions and wallet data. Malicious actors, whether they're state-sponsored groups or sophisticated criminal organizations, understand the long game. They might not be able to decrypt this data now with classical computers, but they can certainly collect it and store it. It's a strategy often called harvest now, decrypt later. They're building massive stockpiles of encrypted information, essentially betting on the future arrival of quantum computers powerful enough to break that encryption. So, even if your data is secure today, if it's intercepted and stored, it becomes a ticking time bomb. Once quantum decryption becomes feasible, all that historical data, your past transactions, your old messages, your stored secrets, could suddenly become an open book. This isn't just about future threats, it's about the vulnerability of your past and present encrypted information. So, let's bring this back specifically to crypto. The core of most cryptocurrencies, the blockchain, relies heavily on digital signatures, which, are also based on cryptographic principles that are vulnerable to quantum attacks. Most blockchains and wallets, not quantum resistant. The foundation of your digital wealth is at risk. When you make a transaction, your private key signs it, proving you own the assets. If quantum computers can break the underlying elliptic curve cryptography, they could potentially forge these digital signatures. This means they could authorize transactions from your wallet without your consent, effectively stealing your funds. And it's not just about individual wallets, The integrity of the entire blockchain could be compromised if quantum attackers could, for example, rewrite transaction history or create fraudulent blocks that the network accepts as valid. While some newer blockchain projects are exploring quantum-resistant algorithms, the vast majority of existing cryptocurrencies, including some of the biggest names, are built on cryptographic foundations that were designed long before quantum computing was really a practical concern. Retrofitting these established systems is a monumental task, and honestly, it's not happening nearly fast enough. So your digital wealth, therefore, is sitting on a foundation that has a known, albeit future, vulnerability. So, given this pretty serious outlook, what's the move? A lot of people in tech, especially in cybersecurity, think the answer is just collecting more certifications. And sure, certs can be a starting point, but honestly, they're not the whole picture. Especially when facing a paradigm shift like quantum computing, certs don't build wealth, skill stacking does. Learn quantum-safe protocols and stay ahead. The real power comes from stacking practical, adaptable skills on top of each other. It's about understanding the fundamental principles, not just memorizing answers for an exam. In the context of the quantum threat, this means getting hands-on with emerging quantum-safe cryptographic algorithms. It means understanding how post-quantum cryptography works, which algorithms are standardized, and how they're implemented. It's about learning to assess vulnerabilities in existing systems from a quantum perspective and architecting new systems with quantum resistance built from the ground up. This isn't just about protecting your assets. It's about becoming a valuable resource in a world that desperately needs this expertise. The demand for professionals who can navigate this transition will be immense. So focus on building a diverse skill set that includes cryptography, network security, software development, and now understanding quantum risks and mitigations. That's how you future-proof your career and knowledge. This brings me to a core philosophy, something that's always driven how I look at technology and careers. It's not about chasing fancy job titles or just climbing a corporate ladder. We don't chase titles. We build tools, solve problems, and get paid. That's real leverage. In a rapidly evolving field like cybersecurity, especially with disruptive forces like quantum computing on the horizon, the real value lies in your ability to create tangible solutions and address critical challenges. The world doesn't just need more quantum security analysts by title. It needs people who can actually build quantum-resistant systems, develop new security protocols, and solve the complex problems that this transition will inevitably create. This mindset shifts your focus from being a passive employee to an active creator and problem solver. When you can build something that demonstrably protects assets or solves a pressing security need in the quantum era, you create your own leverage. You're not just waiting for a job description to tell you what to do, you're identifying needs and filling them. This could mean developing new open source tools, contributing to PQC standardization efforts, or creating educational resources to help others understand these complex topics. The opportunities will be vast for those who can innovate and execute. That's where the real satisfaction and often the real financial rewards come from. Okay, so we've talked about the threat, the speed of development, and the mindset needed. What are the concrete, tactical moves you can start making right now? Because waiting until the quantum apocalypse is front-page news everywhere is waiting too long. Don't wait. Start using quantum-resistant encryption, diversify your assets, and download our free roadmap to stay protected. First, begin researching and implementing quantum-resistant encryption for your most sensitive data. Projects like Open Quantum Safe provide tools and libraries you can start exploring. Look for services and platforms adopting PQC standards. Second, when it comes to crypto assets, diversification isn't just about different coins, it's about considering the underlying cryptographic security. Start paying attention to blockchain projects implementing quantum-resistant solutions. This might mean shifting assets over time as robust options become available. And critically, stay informed. The landscape is changing fast. Follow reputable sources, understand the latest developments in quantum computing and post-quantum cryptography. This isn't a one-time fix, it's an ongoing process of adaptation and learning. The goal is to make informed decisions and reduce your exposure proactively. So that's the lay of the land on quantum computing and its potential impact on your crypto and digital security. It's a lot to take in, I know, but the key isn't to be alarmed, it's to be aware and prepared. The shift towards a quantum-capable world presents significant challenges, but also incredible opportunities for those who are ready to learn, adapt, and build. The steps you take today, even small ones, can make a huge difference in how well you navigate this transition. Don't let the complexity paralyze you into inaction. The future of digital security is being written right now, and you have a chance to be an informed participant rather than a passive observer. To help you get started on the right foot and understand these tactical moves in more detail, we've put together a comprehensive guide. Download the free roadmap in the description. It breaks down the key steps, resources, and strategies you can use to begin future-proofing your digital life and your assets against the quantum threat. It's packed with actionable advice. Remember, knowledge is power, and in this case, it's also security. This is PrivMods. No gatekeeping, no fluff, just tactical moves for cyber pros who want more. We're here to help you stay ahead of the curve. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you found this valuable. Subscribe for more deep dives into the future of tech and security, and I'll catch you in the next one.